Chapter 15. A man called Ove and a delayed train. The slightly porky man on the other side of the plexiglass has backcombed hair and arms covered in tattoos. As if it isn't enough to look like someone has slapped a peck of margarine over his head, he has to cover himself in doodles as well. There's not even a proper motif, as far as Ove can see, just a lot of patterns. Is that something another person in a healthy state of mind would consent to? Going about with his arms looking like a pair of pajamas. Your ticket motion doesn't work, Ove informs him. No? Says the man behind the plexiglass. What do you mean, no? I mean, I'm asking, doesn't it work? I just told you, it's broken. The man behind the plexiglass looks dubious. Maybe there's something wrong with your card, some dirt on the magnetic strip, he suggests. Ove looks as if the man behind the plexiglass had just raised the possibility of Ove having erectile dysfunction. The man behind the plexiglass goes silent. There's no dirt on my magnetic strip. You can be sure of that, Ove spluttered. The man behind the plexiglass nods, then changes his mind and shakes his head. Tries to explain to Ove that the machine actually worked earlier in the day. Ove dismisses this as utterly irrelevant, of course, because it is clearly broken now. The man behind the plexiglass wonders if Ove has cash instead. Ove replies that this is none of his bloody business. A tense silence settles. At long last, the man behind the plexiglass asks if he can check out the card. Ove looks at him as if they just met in a dark alley and he's asked to check out Ove's private parts. Don't try anything, Ove warns as he hesitantly pushes it under the window. The man behind the plexiglass grabs the card and rubs it against his leg in a vigorous manner, as if Ove had never read in the newspaper about that thing they called skimming, as if Ove was an idiot. What are you doing? Ove cries and bangs the palm of his hand against the plexiglass window. The man pushes the card back under the window. Try it now, he says. Ove thinks that any old fool could figure out that if the card wasn't working half a minute ago, it isn't going to work now either. Ove points this out to the man behind the plexiglass. Please, says the man. Ove sighs demonstratively, gets out his card again. Without taking his eyes off the plexiglass, the card works. You see, jeers the man behind the plexiglass. Ove glares at the card as if he feels it has double-crossed him before he puts it back in his wallet. Have a good day, the man behind the plexiglass calls out behind him. We'll see, mutters Ove. For the last 20 years, practically every human being he's met has done nothing but drone on at Ove about how he should be paying for everything by card. But cash has always been good enough for Ove. Cash has in fact served humanity perfectly well for thousands of years, and Ove doesn't trust the banks and all their electronics. But his wife insisted on getting hold of one of those cards in spite of it all. even though Ove warned her against it.